Hey guys, the Bot Builder back, and welcome to another episode of Robot Wars Omega Maximum Overdrive. Yes, we are now on episode 3. We've already had 2 episodes of sheer destruction, and oh boy, the last episode certainly had an awesome main event, as it was the first of our Tag Team Terror Eliminators. Yeah, the Tag Team Champions Toxic Crusader and Corrosive took on the new tag team of Apollo and Ripper, and the champs, after a hard-fought battle, came out on top after Toxic Crusader flipped Apollo out the arena. And they go through to the Tag Team Terror Finals. Now tonight should be a very interesting showing, as we have the Axe Attack, as well as 2 US Championship Eliminators, a Mayhem and the All-Stars. So let's just jump right into it with our fight card. And our main event of tonight's episode is a US Championship Eliminator, as the US Champions Bite Force will try and defend their title against the impressive newcomers Whiplash in a BattleBots rematch, in a BattleBots 2017 and Remar's rematch. That should be a very good battle for our main event. But before that, we have another Mayhem qualifier. We have another Annihilator qualifier in our Mayhem, and we'll be seeing if the Halloween Special Champions Metal Morgue can go through, or if Death Roll or Robo Puppy can beat them. Should be an interesting rumble, that. The final of our All-Stars Eliminators in a pseudo Series 8 and 9 rematch, as Apollo will take on Team Carbide again, but it's not Carbide this time, it's their new robot, Cobalt. We also have another US Championship Eliminator, as King of Bots veterans Blue will take on the RoboGames veteran Sewer Snake. But our first fight should really put you back into the swing of things, as it's another War of the Weapons qualifiers, and this time, while we've done the flippers and the spinners, it's now time for the axes to show off what they can do in the Axe Attack. So let's go to the arena for our first fight. So our first fight should be a pretty good one. It's the Axe Attack. Yes, we've got 4 axes in the arena. We have Terahertz, did alright, could have done a bit better in Series 1, but they do have the nice double-headed axe. They did lose out to Donald Thump in Series 1 though, hope to do a bit better here. We also have 4 with their axe, they're also a Series 1 veteran. They also competed in the pilot, pop a good fight against Carbide, but they did get split in 2, and they didn't do the greatest against Chaos 2 and Danton Kier in Series 1, but they hope to do a bit better here against 3 other axes. We'll see the return of Accident. We saw them in the Robot Wars Omega vs. Fan-Made Robot Wars Special, representing MLU4. Didn't do too well, but they are a pretty strong axe, and they now have a base plate now, so they should be a lot more heavier now. And we also have Tomahawk, all the way from the Netherlands, the purple and orange axe robots. They flew all the way from the Netherlands to get here, so hopefully those plane tickets were worth the price. And in the core patrol zone for the CPZs, we have the Dog of War. It is Growler. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Now, axes should be a very interesting tussle here, because axes are usually the most underappreciated of the 4 main weapon types. They don't really seem to get as much recognition as, well, they would hope, but these 4 axes hope to show that axes are pretty lethal weapons, and already Accident and Terahertz are going after 4, and 4 are getting hacked into right now by Terahertz and Accident, and this is a very good performance right now. Tomahawk swinging down their axe, but down comes Terahertz. Now, one of the people on Team Tomahawk, she is a huge fan of Terahertz, and so I mean, I bet it's sort of a dream come true to take on Terahertz again. I mean, they did fight him in the World Series, and now, oh, Terahertz now swinging down the axe. Oh, what on earth has happened to the axe? This happened to them in the first series as well. Their axe head has broken off once again, and now, well, they're not an axe. They're just a shaft. And Accident, now bringing down the axe of their own. They do have a pretty strong axe, and now they are going after 4, but 4 are pushing Accident back and pushing them into the arena wall. And now bringing down the axe in onto Accident. Terahertz's axe has broken off. And in comes Growler with a great slamming onto 4. 4 bringing down the axe in onto Accident. No, an Accident I feel might have had a slight bit of an accident. Oh, but now they're retaliating back on with some good blows right here in onto 4, Tomahawk, the purple and orange axe bot. It may look very girly, but well, I mean, I don't really do stereotypes here. I mean, what does that even mean? Like something looking girly? I mean, whatever. And oh, look at this from Terahertz! They came with a great grapple right there and onto Accident. They seemingly lifted them up, and Accident flipped over, but they do self-right. They do get back into it, and now trying to swing down the axe in onto 4. Accident are doing very well here in a minute, and now, oh, causing some good damage right there and onto 4, right onto the back. And Terahertz are trying to retaliate back. Accident they're being quite impressive now here at the minute. Swinging down the axe. Their axe has had a lot of power behind it. Shame we never really got to see them do much in the Famine Robot Wars versus Robot Wars Omega special, as they do have a very strong weapon. And now they're bringing down the axe in onto Tomahawk. And in comes Terahertz, bringing down the axe in onto the back, and now trying to break the armor, but Accident are a very tough machine. 4, on the other hand, well, they're a tough machine as well, but their back has sustained damage. It should be a very interesting fight, and oh, Tomahawk getting a little bit stuck onto one of 4's armor pieces at the end there. Should be a very interesting battle to see how they judge this. Oh, it's getting a bit dark as well. Oh well, the judges have made the decision either way. Oh boy, and it is going to be a very interesting one to see how they judge this, but based on damage, control, and aggression, the judges have said that winning it out mostly on damage is Accident. So Accident, look at that, swinging their axe like mad. I bet they're very happy about that result. Hey, stop it. They win the axe attack, and they go through to the War of the Weapons final. Oh, what a turn up for the books in the axe attack. My money was on Terahertz to win that, but their axe came flying off, which meant Accident got the victory. So now we're moving on to our next battle, which is the US Championship Eliminator. We have the Hammer Bot of Blue, King of Bots veterans, with the massive hammer. They also competed in Battle Bots with Shatter, and tried to qualify for Robot Wars with Mega Melvin, so they do have a lot of pedigree under their belt when it comes to robot combat. But so does this one, Sewer Snake, or as how some BattleBots fans would like to call them, Stinger. Although they couldn't be called Stinger here because I already have a robot called Stinger. Yeah, Stinger, the Spinner Killer, low ground clearance, good pushing power, 6-wheel drive. A very tough machine is Sewer Snake, and they're hoping to take down Blue. And in the Corn Patrol Zone for the CPZs, well, just to make amends for them not appearing in the last episode, we've chucked Growler another bone. So let's see what the Dog of War can do this time. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. So we already have 2 machines in the US Championship semi-finals in Megabyte and Bronco. So we'll see who will come out on top here. Well, will Blue join their King of Bots veterans Megabyte, or will we have some Robo Games rep in the US Championship semi-finals? Well, Blue trying to swing the axe down in onto Sewer Snake, and they're pushing Sewer Snake back and slamming them down with the hammer, but completely missing at the hammer just then, and Sewer Snake are trying to push Blue back, and Sewer Snake getting right in underneath Blue right there, and slamming them into the arena wall, and now trying to flip Blue up and over. Blue have been flipped up onto their side. Don't ask me why it's called Blue. It's actually pink. I guess the team are colorblind, I guess. But now Sewer Snake are pushing Blue back into Growler's jaws. And Growler slamming Blue into the arena wall just there. And now Blue coming in and landing a good hit right there and onto Sewer Snake. Blue trying to land the hammer down in onto Sewer Snake. And Sewer Snake flipping Blue up and over. Blue self-right and bringing down the hammer. Maybe we should have had Blue in for the axe attack. That would have been interesting. I mean, currently right now they are struggling here against Sewer Snake, who are pushing them all over the arena floor right now. And I'll certainly go up in the floor of them in a minute. Blue, they do self-right. And now, but Sewer Snake pushing Blue back. Blue are in a lot of trouble right now, and Sewer Snake's low ground clearance is certainly proving to be a bit of an issue here. Because articulated, the wedge is articulated, it can get down in underneath, but what's this? Sewer Snake is stuck! a corner of their wedges stuck under the arena wall. Oh, they just get away though. That was very fortunate for Sewer Snake, and Sewer Snake coming with a good flip right there onto Blue. And are now trying to push Blue all over the arena floor, but now Blue are on top of Sewer Snake, and Sewer Snake trying to come with a good flip right there in onto Blue, and Blue getting flipped up and over. Sewer Snake flipping Blue up and over once again with the flipper. Blue self-rights and swinging down the hammer once again, landing in some good hammer blows. Maybe these hammer blows would score some good aggression points onto Sewer Snake, but now getting flipped up and over once again. Blue trying to land the hammer, trying to swing down in onto Sewer Snake. Sewer Snake flipping Blue up and over, and Sewer Snake flipping Blue up and over once again, and Blue are in trouble. And Sewer Snake now flipping Blue up and over again, and Blue are in trouble once more. Blue have just spent more time on their backs than they have on their actual wheels in this battle, I swear. Blue now getting flipped up and over, but now trying to land the hammer once again. But honestly, I think this fight is going to go to the judges. Sewer Snake flipping Blue up and over once again. And it is indeed going to go to the judges, and I don't think it's going to take them too long to decide the outcome for this fight. Cease. Well, it goes to the judges. You know the criteria: damage, control, and aggression. There wasn't really a whole lot of damage in that fight, but on control and aggression, definitely, the judges have given it to Sewer Snake. Yes, the judges have said that Sewer Snake were the more controlled, were the more aggressive, and those hammer blows on Blue did score some aggression points, but not enough to beat Sewer Snake. So well done to Sewer Snake. They fill in the penultimate slot in our US Championship semi-finals. Oh yes, we're halfway there. Battle 3. And what a midway major we have here. I mean, I don't even do midway majors for this, but I guess we can call this the midway major, as this is going to be an awesome fight. As we have Apollo taking on Cobalt in the All-Stars. We have Apollo. They did really well in Series 1, got all the way through to the Grand Finals before they actually beat Rapid, I believe, flipping them out of the arena. So I guess Eruption wasn't the first machine to beat Rapid. But it was Firestorm who did eliminate them, and Rapid did eliminate them in the tiebreaker fight. But they are a very powerful flipper. We did see him in the Tag Team Terror, got flipped out of the arena in that, but they're back from that fight, and they're hoping to take down Team Carbide like they did back in Series 8. But they are no longer with Carbide as they are with Cobalt. Yes, the new machine from Team Carbide. Carbide did really well in Series 1. Got all the way into the 10 Robot Rumble, where they came second in the 10 Robot Rumble before being out by Eruption. But their true Stardust status was when they won the pilot episode. But Carbide are now retired, and this Cobalt machine is brand new. But they've already proved themselves in the War of the Weapons Spin City, winning that fight. And honestly, it is an incredibly destructive spinner. So will they defeat Apollo like Carbide did all the way back in Series 9? Well, in the Core Patrol Zone for the CPZs, he's drunk. That's literally all we have to say about them. It's Virus. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Oh, so Apollo are taking on a machine from Team Carbide once again. Well, they've already beaten Carbide before. Will they take down Cobalt? Oh, look at that for a flip. Oh, and I think that's it. I think Cobalt already done for. One flip was all that was needed from Apollo. They got underneath the wedge, and Cobalt are up and over and out, I think. And what a flip from Apollo. That was impressive. And I think Cobalt are done for. And in comes Virus. Oh, how boring. That was such a quick elimination too. But Cobalt are being flipped up and over, and Apollo are sitting proud. Virus can't even grab them. I mean, they are in an awkward shape to grab Virus. There we go. And we'll dunk them out the arena. And Apollo trying to... Oh, Apollo, as cheeky as ever, always going after the house robots. Oh, and Virus lifting Apollo up once again, and Apollo are being grappled by Virus and being lifted up right there and being dumped. Oh, wow, what a performance that was by Apollo. cease. And what a quick elimination it was as well. Apollo, one flip was all that was needed. I thought the scary spinner of Cobalt would chew them up, but no. One flip and done. And that's the story, and that's all she wrote for Cobalt. Apollo, they go through to the All-Stars semi-finals. And oh boy, they do look quite impressive. That should certainly make up for their tag team terror loss at least. Well, that was a quick fight. It was basically a one-flip KO. Apollo got in underneath Cobalt, chucked them over. There we go. See you next time, Team Carbide. Wow. Well, Cobalt are out of the All-Stars and Apollo are in the All-Stars semi-finals. And we are going to have our main event of Bite Force versus Whiplash in a bit. But first, we have another battle from our Mayhem tournament. Yes, already in the Annihilator are Duck 2.0 and Stinger, so which one of these three machines will join them? Will it be the Halloween Special champions Metal Morgue? They did win the Annihilator Special after beating Primeval, as well as defeating the likes of Kraken and Spectre, so they do have some big names under their victory belt. They are a very strong flipper too, so could do well, and that roll bar makes them very difficult to beat. Or will it be Death Roll? They're a new machine going into Series 2 all the way from Australia. They do have a very powerful vertical spinner on them. And honestly, I've seen it in testing and it is vicious. They're my pick to win for this fight. And we also have Robo Puppy. They're fan favourites. That's all they got going for them, really. They're quite durable as well, but they often get beaten up a lot. Let's hope Robo Puppy can do something here. And in the Core Patrol Zone for the CPZs, the angriest woman to ever live since, well, my mum. It's Matilda. I'm sorry, Mum, that was a joke. Please don't ground me. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Well, yeah, after I insulted my mum by calling her the angriest woman, I don't think I'm going to be getting anything, for Easter this year. Yeah, this is being recorded before Easter, and oh! Death Roll, a bit of shrapnel just being shredded from the Metal Morgue! Coming in with a huge flip right there and onto Death Roll. Death Roll are on their side and in trouble, but look at that! We're coming in with a good hit with the spinner onto Metal Morgue! And Metal Morgue are in lots of trouble right now. Metal Morgue, though, they do get back down, and in comes Robo Puppy coming in with the jaws and now trying to clamp down in onto Death Roll. Metal Morgue now trying to come at the back of Robo Puppy, and Robo Puppy getting flipped up and over. Death Roll self-righting now. Metal Morgue getting hit by the back of Death Roll. And now Robo Puppy pushing Metal Morgue back, and oh! Look at this, and oh! Robo Puppy are out of the arena. Being launched out of the arena by the spinner of Death Roll, and Death Roll look absolutely impressive right here. And Metal Morgue, well, they are the Halloween Special champions, but I feel that Death Roll are scarier than any Halloween trick-or-treaters, let me tell you. They're scarier than a usual trick on Halloween. They're scarier than a Halloween movie, well, at this rate. And oh! But Metal Morgue fought the fear and flipped them over, but Death Roll does get back up and over. Honestly, though, Death Roll look very impressive, and Metal Morgue are being flipped up and over. And they look in trouble, and, well, they do have very tough armour. They are made from a Fanta can. They are made from solid steel. And, oh, very unique self-writing just then. Very unique self-writing. And now they are trying to get in underneath Death Roll once again. Death Roll trying to retaliate back, and, oh, look. Oh, I did forget to say Death Roll are a very bouncy boy. Oh, and I just noticed, look at Metal Morgue. Look at Metal Morgue's rollover design. Their rollover design has just been... They've got a massive, well, sort of dent in the armour. That was caused by the spinner of Death Roll. And I did say they did have tough armour, but that is a tough spinner. To be able to do that, I think it's thrown off the whole balance of the vertical spinner all out of shape. Meaning they can't roll over, and I think that Death Roll have done it. They're doing a victory dance. They flipped themselves over, but I think we are going to be getting Death Roll in the Annihilator. Flip themselves over again. Stop doing that, Death Roll. You're probably destroying yourself. And what a vicious machine. This robot's going to be brutal in the Annihilator. Matilda taking care of Metal Morg with the spinner. Go on, Matilda, get it out of here. Oh, what a performance from Death Roll. Dented the weapon, flipped Metal Morg over, and they go through to the Annihilator. Cease. Oh wow, this Annihilator is certainly looking to be a very international one, as we have an American duck, a British stinger, and an Australian crocodile in Death Roll. And honestly, I love the look of Death Roll, and I can't wait to see how they do in the Annihilator at the end of the series. But more on that later on, as it's now time for our main event. And here is our main event, the US Championship Eliminator, the final of our Eliminators. Yeah, that's right. We already have 3 machines in the US Championship semi-finals, them being Megabyte, Bronco, and Sewer Snake. But who will fill in the final slots? Well, it is a rematch from BattleBots 2018 semi-finals, and we do have the BattleBots 2015, 18, and 19 champions, Byte Force. They are using their 2015 configurations for this with the Grappler. They are also the US champions and Robot Wars Omega veterans. Didn't do that great in Robot Wars Omega Series 1, but they are still the US champs nonetheless, so they are favoured to do well in this US Championships. But oh boy, they do have a tough first round, as they are taking on the vicious Whiplash, armed with that vertical spinner and lifter combination. They are new to Robot Wars Omega, so we'll see how they'll fare against the current US champions. It certainly is a tough first fight in Robot Wars Omega, and to make it even tougher, we've chucked Rhino into the mix. Oh, this is going to be an awesome main event, an awesome rematch between 2 awesome robots. I wonder how many times I will say awesome by the time this episode's over. Anyway, enough talk. Let the main event begin. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. So Whiplash and Byte Force, these 2 machines have fought each other twice. Both times Byte Force came out on top. And look, by rates of that, they might come out on top here again. Calling the great grapple, lifting Whiplash up and lifting them by the back, and Whiplash are in trouble. Look at that for great driving skill from Byte Force right there. Now remember, Whiplash, when they did lose to Byte Force, they had the spinner configuration. For this, they have the grappler configuration, and Whiplash calling the great lift right there. In onto Byte Force, lifting them up, lifting the rear, and Byte Force getting lifted up by Whiplash. Now Whiplash are new to Robot Wars Omega. This is their first televised appearance. We've seen Byte Force before, obviously. And Byte Force lifting Whiplash up and over. Whiplash self-righting though and coming in, trying to cover that vertical spinner. They're not causing the most amount of damage with it, and we're not seeing them launch Byte Force into the air. Oh, that was a good hit though. And Whiplash now getting right underneath Byte Force, and Byte Force getting lifted up and over, but Byte Force gets back down and lifting Whiplash up into the arena wall. Whiplash does self-right though. And they're revving up that spinner once again, and another great hit right there from Whiplash. But now Byte Force are in Rhino CPZs, and Byte Force are in trouble. Now if Byte Force were to go out in the first round of the US Championship stages, that would certainly be a shock, but they are up against an incredibly tough machine in Whiplash, and Whiplash getting lifted up. This is an excellent fight. Oh, look at that. A great hit right there from Whiplash. In onto Byte Force. Byte Force self-righting, but Whiplash are still in underneath of the spinner, and Byte Force are in a lot of trouble right now. But now Byte Force trying to lift Whiplash up and over. Whiplash self-rights and does so just like that, and now trying to cover a good uppercut right there and onto Byte Force. And another good uppercut that was with the spinner, and Byte Force are in lots of trouble. They are in trouble and are at the mercy of Whiplash. This certainly is the force of Whiplash right now. And Byte Force are in trouble, and Whiplash are now trying to shred up the claws, the weaponry, and Byte Force now grappling Whiplash. Whiplash getting lifted up, and Whiplash being lifted up onto their side. They are lifted up onto their side, and now Bite Force, and now coming in with a good grapple right here. Whiplash are in trouble, being pinned up against the arena wall, and Bite Force are coming back very strongly here. Coming in with several excellent grapples. Now, this is the performance we expected to see from the US champions. Controlling Whiplash. Whiplash are still in trouble, but they do so right. And are revving up that spinner once more to try and cause some good damage. They are trying to lift Bite Force up once again and lifting them up and over yet again. And are they going to try and come in for their saw hammer technique? Yes, they do, but Bite Force gets down and coming in with yet another good grapple. But the fight does go to the judges. Cease. And it should be very close, this one. Truly a battle of two halves. Oh boy, what an awesome main event that was. That lived up to the title of main event. But only one robot can win and go into the US Championship semi-finals. Oh boy. Oh, I got to get my breath back. But the judges have made their decision. And they are telling me right now that it is a split decision. It was that close, a battle of two halves. But the judges have said that on control, they've given it to Bite Force. On damage, they've given it to Whiplash. So it all comes down to the all-important aggression factor. And the robot to win on aggression, the judges felt, is Whiplash! The US champions are gone in the first round of the US championships! What an upset! And Whiplash will be progressing onwards into the US championship semi-finals! What a famous victory that was! And the team Bite Force, they look disappointed. They are staring at the arena wall. They don't even want to look at Whiplash right now. But Whiplash, what an impressive victory that was. Defeating Bite Force, and they will go through to the US Championship semi-finals. Oh, and we will be starting off the US Championship semi-finals as well as the All-Star semi-finals next episode. So stay tuned for that. And until then, the Bot Builder, out.